So this is the Mike Fox property. He's a contractor that he's retired here in Fort Myers, and he bought this piece of real estate, and it was pretty much a blank slate. He's done some cool stuff to the house, but he hired us, and we are pretty much putting on the show for him. There's a lot of importance that goes into the little details of what we do, so we kind of just wanted to capture that in a video, so that way you guys can kind of get a little picture of inside of our company and see how our process works.
Let me know what you're working with. I wanna know what you like and how you like it. Let me know, won't you let me in? I wanna know how you move and what keeps you moving.
All right guys, so one of the things we're super passionate about is to be able to have fresh, good compost soil. Right here, we've already ripped out the old sandy base soil. So what we did is we gutted all that, and then we added a fresh layer of compost. And that compost is actually mixed with a little bit of a sandy mix. So therefore you have a little bit of a 50-50. You have the fresh compost soil that will retain some water, but you don't have too much of it that the plants will drown to get root rot. That's really important to setting up the foundation of a successful landscape. And that's just one of the processes that we do to make sure that your landscape ensures to be successful. Through here we have some beautiful oak trees, we have some palm trees, we have a variety of different trees that are going to help us with our shade design. I love personally to do shade designs because the majority, I would say probably about 70 to 80% of our designs are full sun. So we really have awesome variations to work with in the shade. Right now we're still planning in the phase 1, but we're thinking about going ahead and killing off all of the grass weeds that he has now and going through and placing in some ground cover. And we're gonna go ahead and try to do that throughout here. And we also might do maybe a herb garden for him, a raised bed. That might be something that he was interested in, but that's something as we're gonna go through the phase 2 interactive design process that he's gonna get a look at and get an option to be able to do. Mike, the homeowner, he let us go throughout the property and kind of design some things on our own. He said, go ahead, use your creativity, and that's what we did. Basically, this used to be his fire pit area, kind of where he would like to host some people. And what I was thinking is we can make an inviting walkway. We can have it be a 2-part walkway, pull off of the walkway coming from the house and pull off the walkway coming from the boat dock. And then in the middle have a little bit of a fire pit with maybe some rocks around it and some curbing around that. All right guys, so right now we have the curbing going in. We wanted to use more of a cost-effective curbing because we have about 800 feet of it going in on this property. So today we got the rough lay of it, and we're gonna go ahead and fine-tune it and tweak it tomorrow. But we also got that going in, and we got a lot of the new plants. We've mixed around some of the plants. Now we're flowing through. Now when this grows in, this is gonna be compact and full. Our customer wants a jungle back here. Now it's gonna need a lot more maintenance than a normal property would because he wants it to be more of a jungle type setting. But that's what he wants, so that's what we're giving him. In the middle of the garden here, our Song of India, definitely a unique piece on this project. And to the left and right, we have pink ties. Everything kind of through here will get real tall and jungly. So we got lots of foliage. When we're getting full grown in here, when we become full grown in here, this is gonna be full. So guys, right here we have an Indian sweet lime. So it's a really sweet lime tree. It's very healthy, but also dangerous. It's got big thorns on it, so you gotta be careful when you're getting into these to pick your limes. It has an amazing fragrance, and it's a great fruit tree, and it'll do good here in the sun. We can kind of touch on some of the fruit trees because there's a mango there, and there's also some bananas back here. So over here we have just generally placed some of our banana trees. We still got to space them out and obviously put them in the ground, but this is another fruit tree that our customer is going to have on the property. As you can see, they have babies. They have pups, kind of like bromeliads do, and there'll be new trunks that'll shoot up from those pups. So in theory, this all through back here will be a grouping of banana palms, and we're getting enough sunlight here that they'll thrive, and it'll just be some awesome fruit here. Yeah, so it depends on the job. Sometimes what we'll have is we'll have a printout, a 2D printout of our 3D rendering. So overhead, it'll show our crew what's going on and where. On a job that has this many plants and very close together, we went ahead and brought out the 3D design because it is just crazy out here. It's a lot of fun, it's packed full, and we want to make sure we're accurate, so it's great to have that design, the 3D design out here when we have a job this intricate with this many plants. This phase 4, designing it and really thinking it, it wasn't just like, happened in a day or happened in 3 days. It was over a few week process that we went out, we came to the property, in the morning and just had dreamed and came up with what we thought would be good, and we talked with our client, what is his dreams, what does he really want to incorporate here. This was truly a passion design, so it wasn't just, go to the office, come up with something and send it back. We came out here in the morning, evening, and the afternoon to really come through and see, what sunlight comes at this time of the day, and whether it's morning or night. So it was a few week process, and it was a slow piece of art designing this. Welcome back, guys. We did it. Phase 4 is totally completed out at the river project. We are pretty much putting on the show for him. So he's gonna have his own Zen garden, jungly, crazy, just amazing landscape where he can come through, hand prune and maintain. Basically, he can come through and enjoy this property whenever he wants. It's pretty crazy here. So what we did for the grass is we did Seville. So Seville is, it's very similar to the St. Augustine grass, just like we were doing for most of our clients and most of the grass that you've seen for Myers, except Seville has a little bit shorter blades and it does better in the shade. We're gonna be able to keep this grass green and healthy for years to come. It's not gonna get splotchy because we're gonna fertilize it and maintain it properly, and it's the right grass for the right place. Right here we have a really cool creek bed. Actually, the customer took it upon himself to go ahead and create this little masterpiece. Let me show you right here. This is actually a drainage swell for the whole entire side of this property. All of the walkways we did with pine straw, and pine straw knits together so when water flows through them, the pine straw doesn't wash away. And it flows directly to this swell here, and the swell goes right out to the river. It's absolutely the perfect blend that we always try to achieve is functionality, but how can we make it beautiful? All of these plants were planted at a medium height maturity. All of these plants will double, triple, some will even quadruple in size. It is gonna be packed through these beds. One thing that was super important to him that we had to make sure that was achieved is a feeling. So not just for it to look beautiful, but for when you walk on the property and your eyes meet all the different colors and textures, he wanted to feel at peace. He wanted to feel at home. And through our design and how everything turned out, with the wind blowing through the trees, with the wind blowing through the branches, there's an incredible feel out here. So we're so happy that we were able to achieve that. It was so much fun. And out here, even my heart is just at so much peace. It's such a joy. So as I'm sitting out here, feeling this breeze coming off the water, I can't help but think about how great would it be to go chill at the beach. Over in the corner there, we have about 6 inches deep of sand, thick, fine grade beach sand that you'll see over on Captiva. Dude, this area is sweet. I'd be chilling here if I lived over here. All I can say is I'm super grateful that Mike trusted us in this process. He gave us a couple pointers and things that were really important to us, but he did give us a lot of freedom, and he's extremely happy, so that's always great as well. But we really let our passion run wild on this job, and we couldn't be happier with how it turned out. So I think it was a perfect team between Mike and our team, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.